Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a review on this Dreame L20 Ultra Robot Vacuum Cleaner. Okay, so this is the base station. It's really nice. Lift up this lid. We got some directions. This is the clean water. This is where you're going to put the clean water. And here's where all the dirty water goes, which we're going to empty out later on. Down here, there's a little brush for cleaning things out, and that's the solution, and it automatically adds it to the clean water when it's refilling the robot. Now, I love this base station because we got this little button here we can press to move the robot out so that we can look at it. Okay, so this is where it's going to wash the mop pads and refill it up. So this robot has like a bumper, but it also has a camera on the front and LiDAR that's going to map your house. We've got 3 buttons on here. Now around back, there's where it fills up. There's a water tank inside here for mopping. We can just lift this off. This is where all the dirt and debris go. It's got a filter we got to clean out once in a while. Over here on the side, this is where it empties out the dirt and debris inside that chamber. So here's the bottom of the robot. It's got a single brush. We got this rotating brush, drive wheels, but the mop pads spin and they come off. They're removable. So it's just held on there with a magnet. And the nice thing about this robot is that base unit can take these off and it can go vacuum your house, come back, put these on, and then clean your floors. So you're not dragging these over your carpet. Now the base station is going to clean these mop pads, but once in a while you can throw these in the laundry and then take them out and just put them right back on there. They're very easy to install.
Mop pads installed.
And down in here you can see this is where it's going to suck it out. That's where it's going to fill it up. It's going to spin the mop pads to clean them. Then it also sends hot air to dry the mop pads. This is pretty neat. And then right there, that's where it charges it. It's super easy to change the dustbin. There's an unlock button here, then you can pull that off. There's where all of the dirt and debris go. You can just pull that out. There's an extra bag and put it back. Okay, so let's start cleaning with it. If I want to start cleaning with it, I can just hit that button to start cleaning with it, or I can hit the button right on top there to clean. It also has this really nice app. It made a map of my house. I've gone in, I've added the room names, I've added no-go zones, I've told it where the carpet is. I can do all cleaning, I can do just room cleaning or a zone cleaning. Now normally I just use the Clean Genius. So it says like it does a balanced cleaning and speed, but it also does intensive and deep. Or I can go in here and I can do a customize, and I can customize exactly what I want, how much water flow. I can do just mopping, just vacuuming. Okay, I've got this one room selected. We're gonna do a deep cleaning, Clean Genius, and hit start.
Start selected room. Start
Okay.
cleaning mop pads.
The first thing it's gonna do is clean the mop pads because it dried them so that they would not stink. Now what you're gonna hear is like some water being sloshed around down in there, and then it's gonna suck it out, spin the pads. So we're gonna time it and see how long it takes. So that's about the loudest part. It's not super loud. About 65 dB. And the app tells us exactly what it's mop washing, and the little icon shows it that too. Okay, so now what it's doing, it's taking the clean water, washing the mop pads, and then it's sucking it up and putting it in the dirty water tank. Then it's also going to take that clean water, add some solution, and fill up the robot, because it's got a tank inside there that it squirts water on the floor as it's mopping. Okay, so that took about 2 minutes. Now it's undocked itself, and it's going to travel to that room. Now the mop pads are lifted while it's traveling, and I did put some fake poop there to see if it would go around it even while it's traveling. Then here's where it mopped the pads. Now the first thing it's going to do is going to go around the perimeter of your room. It's mopping and vacuuming at the same time. And it also extends that arm. I love how it can extend and retract that arm to get right up next to everything. Now I got some muddy paw prints here and some dirt and debris, and we're gonna see how it does. I've even got some fake poop there. We're gonna see, okay, so it's avoiding that. It's picking up the dirt and debris. I love how it backs up a lot too, to kind of help with cleaning. There's a bunch of dirt and debris. Here's kind of a close-up of it. It's not super loud. There's those mop pads spinning. Now I love how it senses that carpet and stays away from it. It's not going to mop the carpet. And I didn't put a no mop zone there either, nothing. It just knows that that carpet's there. Alright, so there's a bunch of dirt and debris. Okay, so sometimes the backing up is not good, but most of the time it is good because it's cleaning better by backing up. Now it went over that rug. That rug's not carpet, so it can tell if it's carpeted or not. It did not lift the mop pads on that mat. That's just plastic. And Miss Fiona is just relaxing outside. Okay, here it's coming back. Now it's going to go back and forth across the room to clean it. Back. So it's came back, now it's going back again. Okay, so here it's coming again. I got this mud on the floor. Okay, here it's going to start getting into some of that mud. Wow, it did a good job. That mud is gone. That was a pretty tall order. So earlier it kind of kicked some of the debris around, but now it is cleaning it again and it's getting it all picked up. But that's pretty impressive how well it mopped up that floor. Okay, it's returning to the dock. And it's still, that's a really small piece of poop too. You know, it's not very high on the ground and it noticed it. Yeah, that took about 15 minutes to clean that area. It's gonna spin around now, dock itself, and it cleans the mop pads. Oh, it removed the mop pads. That only took about 10 seconds. There's the best part, removing the mop pads and leaves them behind. Now it's strictly just a vacuum, it's not gonna drag those around. And the app is giving us a live update of where it is. See, everything it cleaned, it turned white. And now it's moving over here. You know why? Because it knows that carpeted area needs cleaned. And so that's exactly what it's doing now. It removed the mop pads. It's gonna clean this carpet, or this rug that is carpet. That's amazing. I did not tell it that there was a rug there. It just knew when it did the mapping and the first time it cleaned. Now it does ramp the suction up whenever it senses carpet. Now you can see the floor is relatively dry still. Now there are a few pieces of debris. Now this was a pretty good torture test. I had some rice and some confetti. It didn't get everything, but I had it pretty well concentrated. I could tell it to do another cleaning and it would get it. Okay, so now it spoke to me and said it's returning to the dock. Its cleaning task is complete. There it is. Now there's the obstacles that it found. We can click on that, pet feces. And it did take a picture of it, and it's got me in it too. Now it says it doesn't upload these to the internet or anything. If, say it said there was an obstacle there and it wasn't, you can tell it, ignore that obstacle, or that was not, or that was a misrecognition, but I'm not going to do that. Now it doesn't give you a no-go zone or nothing. It just says, hey, there was an obstacle there. Like, hey, there, and it even recognized pet feces. There's the pet feces. So now it docked itself. It's reattaching the mop pads, and now it's gonna clean the mop pads. Okay, here comes the auto empty. That is not super loud either. I'm only registering about 72. It doesn't sound very loud. So it emptied out all the dirt and debris from it.
Start cleaning mop pads.
So now it's starting to clean the mop pads. Okay, so again, back here to the app. Again, it tells us what it's doing. It even says it's adding water. So it recognized that obstacle. Yeah, that was a pet bowl. So what you can do in the future is you can say, okay, that obstacle is always there. Put a no-go zone there and it'll stay away from it. But it does a good job of avoiding things. Okay, so since I had deep cleaning selected, it's starting the second cleaning. That's pretty awesome. So it resets the map, see how, and see there, it's trying to go there, but it said it found something in the way. Yeah, there was something in the way. So I bet if I'd had this just on routine cleaning, it may have left that, but now it's gonna go back and clean this entire area again. And let's talk about that. It only extends that when it's next to the edge. And I've got it on where it extends it all the time. It does have like an intelligent one where it doesn't do it all the time to save battery. But when it's mopping back and forth, that mop pad is not extended. And I can already tell it's picking up everything that it left before. It's gonna do a good job. All right, so let's do, when it's mopping, it does put the vacuum on like a lower speed, about 67. It's not very loud. Now there's some other neat things here in the app. Floor cleaning, you can have it clean in one direction. So let's say you got hardwood floors that run in one direction. You can tell the map what direction your hardwood floor goes in, and it'll mop with the grain. Now, under the carpet settings, this is the one I like. Detach the mop. When carpet is recognized, the robot will first clean the non-carpeted area, and then it will return to the base station and remove the mopping pad. I love that. Now, it takes extra battery, and it does take extra long. Not extra long, but it takes longer to do that, but I like that feature. Otherwise, it will just raise the mop pad when it senses carpet. It also has a light on it. When it gets into a dark place, it will turn that light on it to help it recognize stuff. Okay, so it says it's starting to dehydrate the mop pads. And that's gonna run, I think for about 2 or 3 hours. It's gonna be a really low fan. I wanna see if you can hear it. It's not very loud, but it is kind of just a low hum. Okay, we're gonna clean carpet in just a second. I got a real torture chest in here. First, let's go empty this dirty water. Now, it is kind of heavy. It holds a lot of dirty water. Okay, so it's been mopping my house for about a week, I think. Maybe 2 weeks. And again, I can scrub that out, rinse all that out. Okay, let's do some carpet. So I got some dog hair, some confetti, some really fine particles in here. Again, some fake poop, another small one. I have something that's really hard for robots. When you have a blanket, say you forget to put it up and it's got these things on the end, these things, robots can struggle with that. I'm gonna see how it does. The next thing is cords that are plugged into lamps, they can also really struggle with. Okay, this time let's just do a routine cleaning. Let's do a room, just a certain room, the living room, and hit start.
Start selected room cleaning.
Okay, so it undocks itself, but then it's like, oh, I gotta remove my mop pads. So then it's gonna redock itself and remove the dock pads, or the mopping pads. And that's what it says, returning to remove the mop pad. And you hear like a thump. It's not super loud, but you can hear it like pulling the magnets down.
Pads removed.
And it tells you mop pads removed. Okay, now it's going to travel over there. Again, there's the mop pads. I just want to see, yeah. It does a good job. Whoops. Okay, I want to get over here. It's going to do the edge of the room first, so how's it going to do with this? Okay, it sees it, I think. Yep. It says, nope, I'm not going around that. Those robots can struggle with that. Yeah, so if you ever take these out, it's kind of tricky to get them back in, but just, yeah, they just kind of sit there. I hope I don't mess it up because it makes sure it's right. Okay, here it is in carpet mode. Yeah, 70. It's almost 80. Just off that one side there. 76, but up here it's not super loud. 65. Okay, we're getting close. I'll be very shocked if it completely avoids it. That's hard to do with those little pieces, frillies hanging off the edge. Okay, so it did get it. Let's see if we can get out of it. Okay, it's trying really hard to get out of it. So honestly, I'm okay with it getting stuck on that. That's super hard for a robot to figure that out. It's probably going to be stuck here, but I'm okay with that one. Because what's the worst? It just gets stuck. It doesn't smear like poop all over.
Please check and clean it.
Okay, so it struggled for about 4 or 5 minutes. I got a notification on my smartwatch that the right wheel is stuck. Okay, so that's exactly, and again, I like that my Apple Watch told me. I got a notification on the phone. Now, I'm not going to hold this. I mean, I'd have been super surprised if it wouldn't have. Now, it didn't get stuck. Yeah, it got stuck in here a little bit. Again, I would be super surprised. This is the one thing that I've seen all my vacuums get stuck on, so I'm not that surprised by this one. Okay, so I've got it cleared. Let's come back, see how easy it is. Proceed with the cleaning.
Proceed with cleaning task.
All right, it clears the air. It's probably going to position. Yeah, it's going to turn for a little bit, position itself. Okay, it found where it was at within like 10 seconds. Now, right here's where it got stuck. It never gave me like an indication, but over here was that lamp cord. And it recognized it. If you click on the symbol, it says, hey, that was a power cord. And it took a picture of it. Sure enough. Now, one thing I wish from here, you could just say, add a no-go zone with one button. This one doesn't. You could tell it to ignore or tell it was misrecognized, but I wish it said, yep, that's it. That's what it was. Confirm. All right, let's see how it does around curtains. It does fine around curtains. I just want to see if you can see how much it's blowing or something. There is quite a bit of air coming out that one side. Yeah. I love that it turns its light on when it gets dark, underneath something dark. Okay, so it went around me. I'm sitting in this chair. And it said it saw a shoe. Okay, now that it's done the edges of the room, it's kind of picked up speed a little bit cleaning. It's going to start cleaning the center now, going back and forth. Okay, so I forgot the cable test, so I put an iPhone cable down. There's the little fake poop. It's missing it so far. All right, it's going to go around it, I think. I like how it like sees it and then it like turns. Yeah, it's like, nope, I'm not going to go over it. Okay, so it is avoiding that cable. It's actually going all the way around it. Okay, it's starting to do the same thing with this little piece of fake poop. So it's going completely around it. It says, nope, I'm not going to run it over. And now it's going to do the same thing with that larger one. It sees it and says, I'm going to avoid it now. And it recognizes it right away. So there's the electrical cord. When I click on it, see there, it says that's the electrical cord. Yep, that's what it is. There's the pet waste. There's a picture of it. Yep. And there's the picture of the smaller one. Okay, now it's picking up. We gotta see if it's actually going to pick up some dirt and debris. It's starting to go over the dirt and debris right there. Wow, I think I did a good job. Yeah. That was quite a big mess there. It left a little bit there. Okay, now we got some more dirt and debris right here. Wow, wherever it goes, it does pick up. Okay, it left a little bit of the confetti there. Not bad, not bad. That's a pretty torture test there. Wow, it got all of that, so it did leave a few pieces. Okay, let's pause it.
Paused.
Let's just see all the dirt and debris in there. Oh yeah, this thing's doing a really good job. Wow. All right, then just hit this again, it starts.
Proceed with cleaning task.
So it did leave a few pieces of confetti, but if I had this on where it was doing 2 passes, it would get it. Okay, so it says it's returning to charge, it's cleaned everything, it's given me pictures, it's told me where the obstacles are. That thing did a really good job. And it drives itself really cool right back there. Okay, so it's going back. Hopefully it can reattach the mop pads. Okay, now it said it reattached the mop pads, now it's auto emptying. Now it does kind of a pulse, it'll go boom.
Mop pads.
All right, it looks like it's going to clean the mop pads. Okay, so let's go over all the maintenance on the base unit and the robot vacuum. Again, this is a nice hinge lid. Make sure you got fresh water. It's going to tell you if you run out of fresh water. It's going to tell you if you run out of liquid. There's a little cleaning brush here. The liquid's very easy to put in. That's the cleaning solution that it adds.
Detergent bottle installed.
Dirty water tank. Make sure you get it empty once in a while. Now you can undock the robot by pressing this button. If this is asleep, you got to wake it up first. But press this button right here.
Leaving the base station.
So it's going to undock itself so you can work on it. I really do love that feature. It's going to come out here and just park and wait for you. Now the app doesn't tell us when it's time to change the dust bag, but it's right behind here. So underneath here, there's a little thing you got to click over to the left. That unlocks it. Now I can pull this and this comes off. Here's that little lock, unlock. So make sure it's all the way to the left. Pull this little lever right here. Then you're going to pull the bag out. Again, it doesn't tell us when it's time to change these. I usually get about 2 months out of them. You can store an extra bag right here. Take the new bag, expand it, find it. Make sure you got to put this in the track right here. So put the top and the bottom in all the way. Then push this close. And then put the bag in here like this. Make sure this is all nice and flush. And nothing's impeding this area right here. It's all got to be in there. Then you're going to find these little clips. Put those, just put them on the top like that. Then push it closed. It doesn't really click or anything. Then push that to lock. Now give it a little tug. Yeah, you've got it installed correctly. Okay, so in the app, you're going to get notifications and you're going to go under accessory usage. This is all the different things. There's a filter on the robot. This is where you're going to go in and reset it once you do the cleaning or replace it. The side brush, the main brush, the cleaning solution, the cleaning system. No, the cleaning solution is down here, the detergent. It even tells you how much is left, and you got to reset that whenever you put a new one in. Again, the disposable bag, it doesn't tell you anything. The mop pads, 99%. So say you change out the mop pads, you can reset that right there. Now, one area, it doesn't remind you, but you can take this part out right here. And we can clean this. Take this over the sink, get this all nice and clean. And then there's what that all looks like. Sometimes you may have to wipe this down, but I haven't yet. Now to put this back, you just simply put it back in. It's going to kind of go into where it's supposed to, right there. See how it's all nice and flush underneath that thing right there? So that looks really good. Okay, now let's do the maintenance on the DreameBot here, the robot. Lift this up. That's just held on with magnets. Here's the filter. So we're going to click this right here, take the filter out. Once in a while, you'd have to blow all this out. You can clean this out. So the door stays attached, but if you grab this right here, this is the filter. Now there is a little screen sometimes. Now you can rinse all of this out and make sure you let it dry. There's a little door right here. Make sure nothing gets trapped around it. So get this all nice and clean. The filter, again, I like to blow it out, and then you can rinse this out, but you have to let it dry overnight. Sometimes it takes about a day and a half. And then just take your little air gun and just kind of blow out this area, blow out this chamber. I find that I don't always have to rinse it. I can just blow it dry for a couple times. Then eventually I will have to rinse it. So it looks like there's some ears on one side that go towards the door, then snap it in. So you can reach in there and grab it like that. Make sure the seal's okay, snap this closed, and now this can go in, and you're done with the filter, and you can reset the filter. While you've got it, that cover off, make sure sometimes crumbs and stuff can get in here. Make sure that moves freely. We're going to clean this front sensor off here. It's got like a little glass here, little sensor here. This is the chamber where everything comes out, so that's just make sure that's all nice and clean. Now let's flip it over. Again, I always like to put it on a towel to protect it. Now again, these just pull off. They're magnetic. And then you can just take these off, put these in the washing machine. So that's really nice. Sometimes it looks like we're going to have to clean right here. Okay, so we got a bunch of these edge sensors. You're going to have to clean these edge sensors once in a while. They can get some dust built on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The side brush here. That does wear out after time, and you'll have to replace it. So just pull it off. It's just a square held on there. And then get the new one and just poke it on. Okay, now the main brush. Pinch these right here. Lift this up. Get this all nice and clean. Lift the brush up. Now you're going to get some hair wrap around these edges here. Now you're going to want to go in and get that hair wrap. It can be a little tricky. You may have to cut the hairs, but get it off. One end does not come off, but the other end does come off for getting that hair wrap off. Yeah, you can see there's the hair wrap. But clean down in here. That doesn't look too bad. Okay, so make sure this is all nice and clean, no rips or tears. So the part that comes off goes on the left side, so make sure that's back in. This is like a square. That's going to go into that little square right there. Then you're going to make sure this is flat over here, and it should fit flat down, just like that. All right, let's take the cover, put the ears in first up top, rotate it down till it clicks. Now pull this up. Make sure it looks flush. That should float evenly. And there you have all the maintenance on the robot. Okay, I love the DreameBot L20 Ultra. I thought it does an amazing job. I've got my scoring here, which I'm going to show you exactly where everything's scored. But let's talk about it. It comes in a big box. The base station is big, but I love the vacuum cleaner. This is my recommendation. It scored a 91 out of 100. That's an A-. I thought going into this, it was going to be high. And as I was doing the video, I thought it was going to be like 98, 99. But I did find a few things that I didn't like about it, which I'm going to go over. But let's go over what I loved about it. Obstacle avoidance. It avoided everything except that, that blanket that has that frizzly thing. I think the Roomba J9 Plus can handle that. I'll have to do a comparison with it. I think it will avoid it, but sometimes it gets caught too. But anyway, obstacle avoidance, recognizes poop. I haven't had any problems with obstacles. Removes the mop pads. I love that. I think all future robots in this class are gonna want to remove they're gonna want to remove these. I know they lift them up and they vacuum your house. I don't like that. Even though it does clean them first and that, something about it, I don't like that. I love when it can remove them and do its thing. It's so cool to see that happen. So I love that it removes the mop pads. That's probably number one. The app just works. I've used the Roborock app. It's been failing. It's been crashing. The Dreame just works. I haven't had any problems with it. Maybe if it was a little bigger on the iPad, but now that's just being nitpicky. It works. I love that it takes a picture of the obstacle. You can turn that off. If you don't want the pictures taken, you can turn that off in the app. It doesn't send it up to the cloud or anything. It does take a picture. I like it. That way I can see the obstacle. Cleans floors great. I found that it was cleaning what it was supposed to. In a real world environment, I feel like my house is clean with it. And it cleaned, the mopping of those paw prints was amazing. That was dried on mud. I used a little stamper paw print to put in there, but it did a good job mopping. The solution bottle, that's a genius. It has a solution bottle you put in. That way you're just putting in the dirty water and the clean water. You're not having to mix the solution yourself. Roborock will let you put solution in, but it's just kind of off how they do it. I love controls on the base. That base unit upstairs has those 3 controls. I love it. And those controls control it if it's in your house. So say it's in the back bedroom, you've got company coming over. You don't want to run, find your app, tell it to go home. You don't want to go find the robot, press a button, go to the base station, hit home. It's going to come home. It's going to finish the job, charge itself. I love controls on the base station. I love that it undocks itself. Amazing. Why don't they all do that? I just love that. I am really seeing why they're doing what they're doing. Yep, that pretty much sums it up. What I didn't like. Okay, so as it was cleaning upstairs, I thought it was doing a great job. When I brought it downstairs to do the maintenance on it, that's when I saw there is some shortcomings. It has a small filter. So when I say small filter, I can see this one, it cleaned my house for about, 2 weeks. It was pretty dusty now, and it still showed some time left on the app. That's pretty small. The Roborock does have one about twice the big. You need a bigger filter with a bigger surface area, I think. So but it's easy to clean, so it's not a big deal. This comes in and out easy. What else? There was some hair wrap. The roller, I would love if both ends came off the roller. There was some hair wrap around that one end that was hard to get out. I can see where that's going to be a problem. The bag, taking the dust bag out's a little tricky with that little hidden thing. It's not intuitive that way, and the base unit is kind of big, but I like it. The cost, you're getting up there. What was the cost on this one? $1,500. It's on sale for $1,300 right now. I think that's the going price for these now. They do so much. Would I spend No, I'm not going to spend $1,500 on this because they seem like they're always running a sale. Wait for the sale. I mean, if you can get this for $1,000, man, that's an amazing vacuum cleaner for $1,000. I would definitely spend $1,000 on this. Would I spend $1,300? I would. I did. I bought this with my own money. I'm going to keep it. This is going to be my everyday vacuum cleaner. Now they're coming out with a brand new DreameBot. I don't know what it is. It's not released yet. This is early 2024. This is February. It's Valentine's Day in February. It's not out yet. I'm sure it's releasing soon. I'm going to keep this, compare it to the next one. But I love this. This is going to be our everyday vacuum cleaner. Anything special? It moves like it knows what it's doing. Other robots they're like, I move a little bit, and then they're like, oh, do I go this way, that way? They kind of seem like this one just feels like it knows what it's doing. It's like, nope, I'm going to this room, and then I'm going to go to this room, I'm doing this. It doesn't pause, it finds itself right away. It just seems like it just knows what it's, I love that about it. It doesn't make you think, because on other robots, it'll be like doing something, you're like, oh, what's it doing? Because you're like, oh, finally something. This one's like, it may pause a little bit, but then it's like, nope, I'm going there, Love that. Setup was easy. Other than getting this out of the box, you're going to need 2 people. It's a big box. It's heavy, but setting it up, everything was together. Base unit, you know, it's all together. Other than just kind of being big and awkward, setup was very easy. Using the app for the first time, you know, you do give it a username and a password. I'm okay with that. The app just works. I've used it on multiple devices at the same time. I love when an app works. Nothing's more frustrating when an app doesn't work. And right now, the Roborock app is garbage. It's not working. I'm sure it's a bug, but it's been that way for 2 weeks. Like, the map sits there and spins. I had to uninstall it, reinstall it. You know, it's not a really great vacuum cleaner, but that'll make you really, you know, pull your hair out, because you need the app to work. I've not had any problems with this app right now. So I'll put links to this, please. If I recommend this one. I don't know longevity of it. Is it going to last a year, 2 years? I don't know that exactly, but I do love it. Put it on a schedule. Have it clean. Don't be relying on hitting that clean button. You're going to be amazed how well this thing's going to clean your house and mop your floors. Now, is it going to replace a vacuum cleaner? No. If you get a Dyson up there, it's going to pick up stuff that this thing missed. But if you get it on a schedule, it's going to keep your house nice and tidy. The floor is nice and tidy. I do think it does a good job. So I did buy this with my own money. Underneath the description, you'll see a link to it. If you click on the link, the product won't cost you any more, but I do get a small commission from the sale. It is a way of supporting my channel. I'm coming out with a whole new series. I think these robots are the future. They're expensive, so I think people are going to want to look. They're going to want a real world testing. I don't put this on a card piece of wood and have it bounce off the sides and say, oh yeah, I picked everything up. No, that's my house up there. I have dog hair. I have dog prints, and I'm going to use it every day and tell you exactly, and I'm going to show you how I use it every day. I'm going to do real world testing on this. That's the point of my video. So if there's something you would like to see reviewed on this, let me know. I can add it to the list. I'm just kind of trying to keep it pretty basic right now. Sometimes these videos get super long. But I do love this vacuum cleaner. And if you could, check me out on Instagram. I do little short stories. So if like when the new Dreame comes out, I'll be doing little videos on it. You'll kind of get, there's behind the scenes of what we're doing. Free giveaways also. Now I won't be giving this away free because I'm probably going to use it. But there are other things I'm giving away on there. Check it out. Instagram, Just a Dad. Look for my logo. Instagram and Facebook group page. Just a Dad Videos Facebook group page. I'll put links to them. So underneath the video, click on see more. You'll see all the links. Also on TikTok. I have a lot of fun on TikTok. I'll post little short snippets of this, like missing the poop. And that's a neat little video that we have a lot of fun with. So really do appreciate everybody's support. Again, I'm excited about these. I just was kind of on the fence about them because you can't go out and buy. There's like 6 or 7 of these that are over $1,000. I was like, I can't go and buy all of them. I've bought 2. I'm sending one back. I'm sending the Roborock back. So that's a spoiler alert for that comparison. The S8, no. I'm going to do a full review on it though. It's got a place, but so spoiler alert there. If you stayed till the very end, you see you don't even have to watch that comparison. Just get this one. So anyway, I really have a lot of fun. Look for the series. We're going to be doing lots of robot vacuums. And again, I do all the maintenance on them. So you get this vacuum cleaner, you got it at home, and then the maintenance pops up on it. I'm going to show you step by step how to do the maintenance. Rest assured, you can use this robot. If you run into a problem, I'm sure they got good customer support. It looked like they had a place in the app where you could talk to them. Use that, but leave a comment if you're having a problem. I'll see what I can do. I'll grab mine. We'll just see what we can do. So. And if it's a problem, it may be a fix that I could do a big video on. So anyway, really do appreciate everybody's support. If you could hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, I really do appreciate it. Had a lot of fun today. Thanks so much for watching. Okay, Dreame L20 again, A-. Here's all the different ratings that I did. 67 dB while mopping, 10 millimeters, 10.5 for it lifts the mop, but it can remove them. So 76 for how loud, and then 72 for the auto empty. But again, really, really high marks till you got down here to the maintenance. And Miss Fiona has been a good girl today. Let's go run. Come on. So this is her favorite spot. She likes to play cat and mouse with the chipmunks. She's got a little path worn. She loves to find. The chipmunks usually win though.